A spy site selling people's Discord messages has been linked to an extremist website.
So they might just be like selling publicly accessible data.
There's ways in which Discord probably could do a better job around privacy, but around making sure that people understand what the hell's going on. AI is going to be making it harder for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Probably a problem that we're going to have to try and work through using some sort of AI recognition rather than humans trying to recognize this stuff.
But then what happens when the AI needs therapy?
So, well, this is the reason why the AI is going to kill all humans.
How is the AI going to know the difference between a picture of your baby in the bathtub and like CSAM material? I am producer Dave, as my name might imply. I am the producer of most of the shows, all the shows, I guess, here at Echoplex Media. And you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Echoplex Media. I'm live 6 nights a week, most weeks. Not this week, though. Up first, I have this is from 404, and I also from 404 Media, and I also chased the story down elsewhere because this was paywalled. Although it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I ended up paying for 404 Media because they do good work. Looks like a spy site selling people's Discord messages has been linked to an extremist website. Spy.pet, that's actually the URL, spy.pet, claims to have scraped messages from over 600 million Discord users. They claim to have an enterprise option that lets you feed this information into an AI. That sounds terrifying. They also claim that it's a good place for federal agents to find new intel. No, get the fuck out of here. They don't need you. This likely violates the terms of service on Discord as well as the European GDPR. 404 Media reports that this service has links to Kiwi Farms. It's a website often involved with targeted harassment campaigns. I don't want to get too much into Kiwi Farms here. People can look that up. A lot of it's pretty well documented. And in related news, just right as all this was breaking, the Discord CEO recently made the case for a smaller and more private internet. What do you think?
Okay.
Oh boy.
So I've got a question about this. So they're claiming that they have private communication from Discord, right? Not.
I think it's from servers.
Just all this. Oh, just what's posted on servers, and the servers could be private.
Yeah, the server. I mean, the server's right without an invite, you can't just go. I mean, you could find an invite to my Discord server, but that's because I have chosen to publish like a permanent invite, like on a place where it's searchable. So I'm sure they're using. I wouldn't be surprised if my Discord server is in the data set.
But your Discord server is understood to be public when you join it. So no one that joins would have the misunderstanding that what they post in there couldn't be seen by the wider internet.
Right. Not that it's, not you would have to join the server, but like it's trivial to join my server. And I don't think I doubt that they're using other kinds of servers for this, right? Because it would be a heck of a lot of work, right? Like we have a back of house server that we don't share the invite for. And first of all, other than me just mentioning it right now, how would anybody even know it's there? So
they might just be like selling publicly accessible data.
yes, but it's still like it's still shady.
Yeah.
It's very shady, and especially with the links to Kiwi Farms, it very bad vibes.
Yeah, and I think Discord should do a better job around messaging that, like, hey, if you picked up an invite to a Discord server, like just from a community that you found or whatever, just understand that you're not really having private communications with anybody here. And
my Discord server for like support for my open source libraries, that's public. So like I never post in there with the impression that it's, and I would assume none of my users do because it's available right there on the website, just telling people like come join here and ask for support.
Right. And the other thing is, I guess there's private channels on Discord servers, but Discord kind of obfuscates that in a way too. Like if I have access, like let's say I'm in a knitting server and there's like a core of people in the knitting server where there's a private channel in there and I have access to it. I may not even know that's a private channel inside the Discord unless I go digging through like the settings to try to find it out. So there's ways in which Discord probably could do a better job around privacy, but around making sure that people understand what the hell's going on. Like this is like my server, for example, it's a community server. You can find it without like going to my website or whatever. We have, there are advantages to that. One of them is that we're trying to get our server verified. but also it's that, it comes with other regulation, like one of their bots is in there, right? And like, instead of them having to go look for stuff, if something bad starts going on in there, they're going to know about it immediately because I said, oh yeah, sure. But I think that there's a when you join a server, I think that Discord needs to just pop into, even if you've been on Discord for a while, when you pop into a server, it needs to message you. You go, hey, you just joined a server. You should operate under the assumption that this server and every other server that you have found is public, unless you know that it to be the case otherwise, or something like that.
Another way they could be doing this is if the agent behind spy.pet owns some sort of widely used like, I'm not saying it's like Nightbot, but Nightbot is in like basically every server on Discord. Sorry, Nightbot is a Twitch bot.
Me6 is the popular one.
Yeah, Me6 is, yeah. So that's in like tons of Discord servers. So like, if you have a bot like that, you are explicitly trusting the owner of that bot with all of the messaging that's happening inside your Discord server. So
right, even in the private channels, because the bot, I think the bots generally have what would it be, God tier status or whatever. I don't even like. I have a pretty big Discord server, and I basically have no idea how it works.
Yeah, so like if you ever allow a bot onto your Discord server, or if you are just in someone's Discord server and there's a bot in there, you got to think about like who runs that bot. Like, they have access to everything that the bot has access to, and if you don't trust them, then you shouldn't trust that bot.
Yeah, now that I think about it, what is Me6 even doing in our private server? Maybe I should kick Me6 out of our private server. Because Me6 has nothing, nobody even talks in there, and Me6 has no business reading the nothing that's going on in our back of house server.
Yeah. Don't allow bots in private servers.
Right. And I'll also just don't assume, like, I don't even assume that my Discord DMs are private. Like, I know that like Discord isn't, I know that Discord isn't just giving other people access to them, but I'm pretty sure it's not end-to-end encrypted. Like, if there's a data breach, somebody could get my DMs. So I don't.
Yeah. And even if there's not a data breach, every Discord, like every employee of Discord who has admin access to the databases would be able to see your messages. Not necessarily saying that they have like access to your messages within the Discord platform, but if they have access to the databases, they would be able to see your messages. Like, I used to work at Facebook, and I was an SRE at Facebook, a site reliability engineer. So I had administrator access to every single database at Facebook. So I'm not saying I did, but if I had nefarious intent, wanted to, I could looked at literally anyone's database, and that includes all of their private messages. That includes every photo they've ever sent. And you really have to think about, like, if you're sending a message on one of these platforms that's supposed to be a private message, you have to be trusting every single employee who has administrator access to the databases at that company.
Right. And I mean, Facebook's a little bit different in that ostensibly you're using your government name, whereas on Discord, at least there for like an individual or whatever, if nobody knows that you're on Discord except for like a small community, hard maybe for your ex or somebody with nefarious intent, because they'd have to know you're at. Whereas it's a little different on Facebook because it's attached to your real name. And I know that the database is probably obfuscated like in some way with like a user number or whatever, but those are linked in a way that would be, a little bit easier. Whereas, I give everybody has my Discord name, right? Everybody has my Discord name, but that's because it's a public person's Discord server to try to be part of a funnel that hopefully eventually ends up in $1 falling on my head, right? So I think there's a couple things going on here. One, a lot of miners use Discord. And to be fair, I think they do a pretty good job. You don't hear, any platform's going to have some problems around this, but you don't hear about Discord being a place where there's a lot of problems for the miners on there, which is pretty good. I think they recognize that. I just don't know. I think you mentioned a bot. I bet this is a bot. And I wonder which bot it is.
It might be a bot, or it might just be like we were saying first, publicly available servers being scraped.
Right, where you just I don't know how you would do it, but I mean, if you can get into the server, you could theoretically scrape all the information out of the server. I don't know, but it doesn't seem training an AI on this sounds like a disaster.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember Microsoft Tay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, think about. I mean, I'd play with it for sure. I'd be like, this was trained on. I'd be like, you trained it on my Discord. It would probably be like really tame. It'd be like talking to a 45-year-old Australian woman, right? Maybe it has a bit of an attitude, but overall pretty nice, and wants good things for the world and all that. But like, oh my God, I've been in some servers where I do not want to talk to the AI trained on that server. Like for a while, because we were trying to come up, like, trying to get involved, we were joining, they were like, oh, this is a political Discord server. And I'd go in there and I'd just be like, the same two people have been arguing for 5 days. I'm leaving your server. I don't even know what is going on in your general chat. Nobody else can talk. These people hate each other. Kick them out of your server. But yeah, I can't imagine like the AI training on this server, on this Discord data would be a fucking disaster. But in the end, I'm here for it. I would try the AI. I'd be like, this is based on what?
I would try it with the knowledge that it would probably be super problematic.
I could find out if my server was part of the training data pretty easy, because there's pretty niche stuff that we talk about in there. I'd be like, who is Hamburglar Dan? All right, I got another story here, everybody. This one's not great. It's AI is going to be making it harder for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Stanford's Internet Observatory put out a report saying that this organization, the Center for Missing and Exploited Children, needs to adapt to keep up with AI-generated child sexual abuse material. Yes, that's a thing. Because of course it is. We live in a terrifying world. This organization's cyber tip line received over 35 million reports in 2023. This organization is already understaffed, as it doesn't really have the budget to compete with the trust and safety departments of the big tech firms to like hire people. And to be fair, do you want to go take a job where part of your job is to verify that this is that kind of material? Not great. Not fun. With stories of students at high schools using AI tools to create fake nudes of other students, this problem is on the brink of getting much, much worse than it is now. And this organization gets much of its funding from Congress, and Congress should probably act pretty soon to bump that funding significantly.
This is real tough. So when I did work at Facebook, there was essentially a team of people whose job it was to go over reports of material like this. And it was kind of well known between us all that team of people had a very high turnover rate.
You don't say.
And also a very high rate of people basically needing therapy after doing that work. The reviewers would see horrible material, like horrible images and horrible videos of just disgusting material, and they'd have to look at that all day and determine, whether it broke a rule. I mean, you can increase the funding for this, but yeah, this is a real big problem. I feel like it's a problem that is because of AI generated material, and it's probably a problem that we're going to have to try and work through using some sort of AI recognition rather than humans trying to recognize this stuff.
But then what happens when the AI needs therapy?
I mean, that is the good thing about the AI, is it doesn't need therapy, because it doesn't understand that what it's seeing is horrendous. It knows, like, are you asking me, like, it knows that you're asking it whether this thing looks like something else. Right. And it can tell you, like, yeah, this thing seems to be this other thing that you trained me on.
So this is the reason why the AI is going to kill all humans. Looking at this all the time.
So
yep.
You
forced me to look at this trash pile all day long.
So we also have some problems around, your idea there with the AI finding this out. AI doesn't have the best track record with just looking into crime and criminal activity, and doesn't have a great track record on that. Like, facial recognition is bad. I know that's not all AI, but a lot of it uses machine learning and whatnot. And so I don't know, like, I just don't want somebody out there having to like basically defend themselves against this kind of charge or this kind of even just accusation because an AI said that they had done something and like what they had done was clearly or like was not this thing, right? Like, how is the AI going to know the difference between a picture of your baby in the bathtub and like CSAM material?
You're right. It's not going to have
post naked pictures of your baby on the fucking internet. it's like a picture of your baby in the bathtub is actually fucking harmless. There's the pictures of babies in bathtubs since there was cameras.
Yeah, but I do agree, like, it can't be the final say, that like this can't be what decides whether you have a court date. You could use it to basically limit the number of humans that are exposed to this imagery. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose so. I just think I don't like it. I don't like this at all. I don't like any of this. I don't like the idea that people are just going to be able to spit out fucking CSAM from an AI model. Mind you, they're not going to be able to like go into the Bing site and do it or whatever because there's protections there. But that doesn't mean you can't download some shit yourself.
Yep.
Run it yourself. Run it locally. I don't know what the problem. I just know that this sucks. Like the people that work at this place, like I think most of them are trying to do the right thing. And now if like what, and like I don't even know what the law is around that. Like what's the fucking law around this? I mean, I don't want to think about it too much because I'll get mad.
Yeah. I'd imagine would we use the same laws as we use for like drawing?
I suppose so. Yeah.
CSAM?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. It's just a depiction. Yeah. So I suppose that we already have laws, actually. You're right. There are already laws around this. It's not great though. And I'm not looking forward. Like just think about what kinds of things this is going to be used for. I don't think it's going to be used so much that it's going to be the creation of this stuff for distribution of people that want it. I think it's going to be used to like pedo jacket people, right? Like,
yeah,
that you're just going to like, if you piss off the wrong set of people, you're just going to get a bunch of Twitter replies with AI generated CSAM. And then they're going to go, look at all your fucking CSAM friends and shit. Oh my God. Like just the amount of fucking, I mean, I don't even have that great an imagination. I mean, there's some people out there with some fucking imaginations that'll find new and fucking horrifying ways to use to do this kind of thing. And I for one, I'm not looking forward to it. I may turn off all my computers one day.
Yeah, that may be the best approach.
This has been How the Tech Are You? This is our weekly tech show. As with our other content, things are going downhill quickly in society. And I don't know, you can give us money so that we can continue to cover the degradation of society through technology, culture, and politics. You can do that at echoplexmedia.com. Click on the support tab and find your favorite way. I don't know, buy a cute shirt after what I just talked about. I don't know what to say here. You'll see 2 videos here, I suppose. Have a great tech and week.